Find something that matters more than your excuses. Think about the thing that you are always procrastinating on. Now think about someone that you love and a gun being held to their head. And to save them, all you have to do is the one thing that you have been procrastinating on. I bet you are not procrastinating anymore. If you have a strong enough reason to get it done, you will get it done. Don't be fooled by the product pushers who are only in business to sell you the next best thing in a box. Don't be fooled anymore. You go see them work their magic on a stage, selling you their new best thing that it's all the rage. Don't believe the lies of quick success, that you can make a bunch of money in 30 days or less. Don't believe that without them, you will never make it and be like the rest. It's time to stop believing in them and start believing that you are the best. I believe in you. Do you believe in you? Believe in yourself. Stop only thinking about making offers. Stop watching late night webinars and prepare your offers. If you are not making offers, you are not making money. You have to do what most people don't want to do. Face what they don't want to face. Find that reason. Live for that reason. Do not stop until you get what you want. You know why you're doing this. You can't let anyone stop you from doing this. The storm can come into your life faster than you expect. Are you ready for it? Will you go into the...
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Crushing COVID Daily. I am your host, Nathan Amaral. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. So great to have you here, by the way. So great. Just adjusting a few things. Well, today I was doing an earlier studio tour, and I had to adjust some of the cams. So we got the cams all taken care of now. We're good to go. How is your Friday? Happy Friday. TGIF. TGIF. Hope your week was phenomenal. If it was good, let me know. Love to know how it was. And by the way, if you are new here, throw a new NEW in the comments so I know that you're new and I can say hello and greet you. I'm really excited about today's Crushing COVID Daily because we're going to be talking about some really cool tech stuff for not only your real estate investing business, but also for your personal life too. You're going to give you a few tips that you can use for your personal life, which is really cool. But I do want to let you know that the music that you heard in the beginning, oh yeah, just cover me up. Why don't you? Cover me up. The music you heard from the beginning was a new release that we have with Fearless Millionaire Music called Enough is Enough, as you can see in the center of the screen there. It's covering my face. We are streaming on Apple Music, Tidal, and Spotify, and Google as well. And we have a new track coming out next month called The Sidelines. So if you like motivational, inspirational music, then you can get to any of those platforms, any music sharing platform. All right. So by the way, so great for having you with us and following along because we have gotten some great comments and some great feedback. I know yesterday's session was really good about short-term rentals and how to either to get started in short-term rentals or the different options. You know what's interesting is sometimes I forget what I know, and sometimes I think, oh my gosh, doesn't everybody know this? And that's a fault of my own. I think it happens to a lot of people who are so deep in their industry that you start thinking like everybody knows this stuff, and that's just not true. And that it really helps for me to teach this stuff more often because when I get questions or responses from folks, it reminds me that not everybody knows this stuff. So yeah, that's the whole idea, is to help you guys out, help you build better, faster, stronger real estate investing business. I can only get this one right. There we go. Okay, and yeah, and just to help you, launch no matter where you're at. If you're just getting started in real estate, or maybe you've been doing it, maybe you're stuck on your first deal, second deal, and can't get to 5 or 10. You know, that's what the brand is all about. So I'm the creator of Fearless Millionaire, which is a company that helps real estate investors gain more clarity, build more confidence, and get cash flow. And I'm not sure where you're watching today, but if you're on Facebook, then you can get over to our YouTube channel. While you're there, you can push the red button that says subscribe. And when you push that button, I think you get like 100 points. I'm not so sure. No, I'm just kidding. But subscribe to the channel, and also in the CRUSHIN COVID videos, just below the video in the description, there is a or you can go to there, right? Or you can go to our website. You can, underneath the YouTube videos in the description, or also you can go right to our website. On the top banner of the page, right on the top of the page, would be a link that you can click for a 14-day challenge. You can come along with us and join us in our 14-day challenge that will help you gain more clarity and build more confidence in your real estate business. And don't take my word for it. When you go to that link on our website, you'll actually see other people who've gone through the program. I love getting the comments and feedback and emails from our members who go through this program and say, whoa, this has been the best thing I've done in a long time. And because at the end of the day, guys, you know, what I've discovered over the years after being in this real estate industry for 15 years is that the confidence is within people. Some people, I understand, need to tap into it and learn how to tap into it and learn how to propel themselves. No problem. That's stuff that we definitely cover. I'm trying to get the sunlight out of here. I got like overexposure going on over there. So some people need that. I understand. And some people need clarity because there's so many different strategies. And after all these years of being in the real estate investing industry, one of the things I've realized and understood is that people sometimes get stuck in trying to figure out what strategy to do. And that's not easy because you know what? There's so many different strategies. There's literally thousands. There's hundreds, okay? There is hundreds of strategies out there, and they can be confusing. And I'll name off a few right now, from lease options, right, to wholesaling, right? I'm going to keep going. There's co-wholesaling, reverse wholesaling. There is owner financing methods. There is property types, short-term rentals, single-family houses, multi-units, commercial, right? Self-storage. Did I say self-storage already? Yeah, mobile homes, right? It goes on and on. Not only just property types, there's different property types, but there's also different strategies in various property types. So this stuff gets even more overwhelming and more confusing. So over the past 15 years, I've noticed what happens to a lot of real estate investors. They kind of get tripped up and they don't know where to start. That's what Fearless Millionaire is all about. That's where we help investors gain clarity, confidence, and get them into cash flow. So that in what we're doing here with CRUSHIN COVID Daily, is a place where you can come during this time of COVID crisis and you know, get some good positive stuff into your mind, because man, oh boy, what's happening? Gosh, I think I was just reading early this morning in the news, and I don't tap into the news like every day because it just gets too drowning. But I like to find out like at least when things are opening back up. So I'm curious. I don't know, maybe where you're from. You can post the state you're in or the country you're in. You can post that in the comments. But I'm curious to where you're at and what's your lockdown look like. So if you heard just me say the other day, it was mandatory that we had to have face masks on. Okay, so that's mandatory. We can now go out into the public, but we have to have our face masks on. So that's actually a good thing, you know, rather than being stuck inside the whole time and you know, not being able to do anything. It kind of sometimes this whole thing can make you feel like, you know, that, you know, the government just wants to put everybody in a box and, you know, and to, you know, and who knows whenever they're going to let us out, right? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like our own home prison. So the reality is that we have to, yes, I guess, try to stay safe, but I'm so curious to what's happening in different countries that I heard some countries they're opening back up. I think the US, they're starting to open up some states. Here, they are now allowing people to walk about with a face mask. However, none of the shops are really open other than grocery stores. So people are just like aimlessly walking around, you know, looking around and, trying to talk to people and, kind of restart their life, which I think is a really good thing. So we're at what day are we at? We're at day 8. We're at day 8 of Crushing COVID is 30 days. Guys, if you're probably, one thing I was a little concerned at the beginning of this Crushing COVID Go Live 30-day challenge that my coach gave to me, because I don't have a problem going live, but going live every day, and it was just like, whoa, yeah, how am I going to do this? Now, I wasn't too concerned about producing enough content and topics to talk about, because like I said, with real estate, I mean, it almost can feel like it's endless. However, I felt like was a little limited on the amount of clothing I had. so, it's interesting because I have the same type of shirt, but I have like the same color multiple times, right? So I might have like 2 red shirts, 2 white hats, 2 black shirts, right? But they're the same type. So it might look like I'm wearing the same clothes over and over again. And it was funny because Pat Flynn, I don't know if you guys know Pat Flynn, but he teaches people how to make money online through affiliate marketing. And he brought up the same thing. He's like, guys, I just want to let you know that you're probably going to see me wear this shirt multiple times in the next 30 days because I don't have 30 shirts. So I kind of take the Mark Zuckerberg approach when it comes to clothing. Have you ever seen that video where Mark goes into his closet, or they're doing like a home tour of Mark and his wardrobe and all that? Because every time Mark Zuckerberg does a presentation, he wears the same thing, right? He wears the same clothing. So when he goes into his closet, all you see is like a gray shirt, 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 one tuxedo, right? It's like he wears the same shirt every day. And I don't know if he still does that, but I know years ago he would do that because it was easy for him. And I don't think I could do the same color shirt every day, but definitely the same type of style. By the way, it was really funny. One day we did a what do you call it? I did an interview with one of my clients, Nick, and in the interview, it's actually on our YouTube channel under the playlists of interviews. We're actually wearing the same type of shirts. We like the same type of shirts, which is really fun and interesting. But yeah, you actually can see it. I think I was wearing white, he was wearing red or something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, it was kind of interesting. That's an early water break for you guys. I hope you have your waters ready. All right, so today we're going to talk about a fun topic that I absolutely love. It's about going digital. I started talking more about this in 2016, where I started moving everything I have in life digitally. However, this was not new to me. This wasn't new to me. Going digital actually started way back when the first streaming service came out. Actually, I don't even know if they're still in existence. I'm so curious right now. I'm going to look them up. All right. So back in the day, I used to be a big like metalhead, right? I used to like love metal and used to be really into rock and roll. Was it rock? Not rock and roll, but rock music. And music was very important to me, as well as hip hop. So it was like this transition. Anyway, while I was into rock music, I was buying a lot of CDs. I was buying a lot of discs, right? So while I was getting all these discs, I would have, remember those stands? You would get those black with the sliding things, slide slots, and you just slide all these discs. Or how about the ones where you would get the it's like a book and it has all those sleeves and you put all those sleeves. Remember how I told you the other day I got into that car accident, and I got into the car accident because that whole book of CDs fell on the floor? Yeah, it was one of those. So fell on the floor, and I went to go pick it up, got into the car accident. So I used to have a bunch of these CDs, right? And now, mind you, at that time, like every CD was probably anywhere between $10 and $20. Like literally $10 and $20, somewhere in there. I never bought the brand new ones because they were always like $23.99 at, was it Music Daddy or something like that? Does anybody remember the name? Was it Music Daddy or Daddy Music? I forget the name. I forgot a lot of those names. FNC stores. I really forget. But I would go to the secondhand music stores where they would get like used CDs and stuff. And I would go there and pick them out. And they were anywhere between like $5 and $10, something like that. And so I'd buy the discs that way. So I had a bunches of these. So mind you, I was spending probably per month. I was probably spending anywhere between, I would say on the low end, $20 to as high as maybe $60 a month just on music. Like, I mean, I was really into music. I was in some travel. I was in a band. We traveled a little bit in the New England area. I mean, every weekend it was a thing for me. So I was really into music. I actually was in a band with a few like church members at one time. It was like me, my sister, and a few other people from church. We did that for a while. Yeah, so I've really always over the course of time been into music. So when this streaming service came out, there was actually this device. It was a square box, and it was called a Creative Zen. And like hardly anybody had them here in the United States. It was just, I'm sorry, I said here in the United States. Hardly anyone was really using these things in the United States. I ordered mine from, what website was that? I don't know, some website where it came in from China. And I remember I was the first one. All my friends were like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a MP3 player." And now, guys, mind you, at this point in time, what was really happening was Napster. Do you guys remember Napster? Napster was like the thing, and it was where, you know, people would burn music. There was Napster and then LimeWire. But the reality is with Napster is basically people were burning or downloading music illegally, all right? And they were taking, taking the rights and the money out of the artist's pockets. And that always bothered me. I never liked it. So I remember I tried Napster out because everybody was talking about it. I'm like, oh, wait, so the artists don't get paid for their work? And that really bothered me. So I never did it. I was like, no, I didn't want to do it. I heard about other ones that came out later on, LimeWire and Torrents or something like that. But I never stuck with it. I went with a company called Rhapsody, and I just went on their website. They're no longer in business. Napster bought them out. So it looks like Napster. Napster is owned by Justin Timberlake, by the way. So Napster, well, at least I still think it is. Napster bought Rhapsody. Rhapsody was the first music streaming service, and it was costing at that time, I think it was like $15 a month. Now it's $10 a month. I think it's been a long time, and I would use that. I actually transitioned to that. Well, when I got onto Rhapsody.com, and they were the first music streaming service, by the way. There was no Apple Music, Spotify. This was 10 years before them, right? So I was using this little device and Rhapsody, and you were able to take this device and put the music through Rhapsody onto the device and put it in your car and that kind of thing. And it was like renting music, right? So I did that for a long period of time because this was before like phones could actually play music on them like efficiently well, right? So I would have this little box MP3 player, Creative Zen, that would connect to Rhapsody. Anyway, long story short here, I started selling off my CDs and I just had streaming music, okay? And that was the start for me. That's when I really know I started going digital. I said, there's no point to this. Back in 2016, this was really hard for me, was to go digital with my books. I'm talking about my book titles, hardcover, softcover books. In 2016, I made the decision that I needed to just let it go. So I started selling, giving away, donating, and all my books. Over 1,000 titles I got rid of, even including audiobooks on CD. So I did sell off a bunch of them. There was some that were just so cheap I couldn't even probably make any money off of it. So I donated a lot of those. Some I specifically chose, like there would be some, oh no, sorry. There would be some where I would specifically choose about maybe 5 or 10, and I would specifically give those to people for a specific reason, so that was what I did with all my books. Hold on a second. All right, so what I ended up doing after that with all the books, I moved over to Kindle. You guys familiar with Kindle? I guess I'm going to start showing my screen for you guys. Let's start doing that. Right? I'll start sharing my screen. Oh, that didn't work so well. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. So I started switching to Kindle, and Kindle, as you can see here, well, let me make something clear. Kindle is a device by Amazon. It's actually a physical item, right? It's a reader and it's a device. And I never bought the device. I never liked the idea that you had to buy this device that was in black and white. And I like the fact that you could, like, it would last, the battery life would last like a week or something. However, I never liked that device at all. So I never bought actually the Kindle. But what I did was Amazon has the app, the Kindle, and I started using and downloading all my books or buying my books over on Amazon Kindle. And that's what I've done. So I don't know, I even know, I probably have over 200 titles in there. And then also for my audiobooks, I have used, by the way, if you've never used this service, I highly recommend it. For my, which this company was also bought out by Amazon. Okay. I hate how everything shows up to me in like a foreign language when I'm here. It's kind of fun. Got to work through it. And then Audible was an audiobook company. It was one of the first audiobook companies that really had a big library. So now then Amazon bought them. So that was really nice because I already had an Audible, I had already books on Audible, and then they got bought out by Amazon. So now Amazon was having all my books and my audiobooks. So great. So I continued to sell all my audiobooks, and then I moved everything over. I have hundreds of titles and audiobooks on Audible, which is great. I actually have an annual membership, and yeah, that's a constant thing. This is really important, by the way. By the way, guys, you can try Audible for free. I believe you get I forget. I think they give you like one title or two or something like that, and you have the ability to, you know, try it out. They've updated this company so well, so many times, so many good things have come out of it. You can now buy a yearly membership and get so many credits. If you don't like the audiobook, you can return it. How cool is that? Because I know back in the day with audiobooks, you could not return audiobooks. They didn't care. It was like, nope. You bought it at a store. It was once it was done. You could not return it. So if you don't like a book or an audiobook, you're able to return it in a certain period of time. I love that. Then there is what else? It's just a really great thing. So that was another thing that I did to help myself go digital. If you haven't done this yet, I highly recommend it because you can take so many more books and audiobooks with you on the go rather than carrying that book. And it's kind of funny because even today, if I see someone like reading a book, I'll be like, why? Why? And it's funny when you're doing intermittent fasting for a long period of time, when you start seeing other people eat, you're like, why? Why are these people eating? Right? But anyway, it's just fun. So the audible.com is the Audible app. You can have it on any device, which is great. Those are really great things. So as you can see, guys, this progressed for me. This was like 2016. I was moving all my books and my audiobooks over to Audible and Kindle. And then I said, you know what I need to do? I need to get everything I have in paper, like paper notes, like digital. And I wanted to do this in such a way that made sense. One of the most important things for me was I wanted to make sure I could have it digitally, but I could search for a word and it would be able to pull it up, or at least want it organized. So I had two options. The two options was, one, do I go and get a scanner and scan this all myself and do it the way I want? Those scanners run anywhere between $300 to $400, which is it's not about the price of the scanner. It's the time it takes to do the scanning. That's what's crazy. It takes an exorbitant amount of time to do all the scanning. So what I looked at was I looked at all the notepads that I had from all the conferences. I had like 16 of them. And some of them were like this, some of them were tiny, the yellow notepads, right? And some of them were in 3-ring binders. What I ended up doing was I took those notepads and I shipped them off to a company that would, like, you know, do this very quickly because they're professionals and they do it on a regular basis. And they'd scan all the documents and they separate the documents based on how you want it. So when they're completed, they send you a PDF file labeled just the amount with just the amount of how do I say books that you want. So let me give you an example. I had 16 different notebooks from all different seminars and conferences and notes I've taken over the years, and at least that was what was remaining, by the way, because I know I've been to way more than 16 seminars. so, so what I would do is I would take like one book, and let's say it was a conference on leadership. So I would take that, I would label the top and put leadership, and then I would put that in one envelope in one folder, and then I'd stack each different topic. So that way, when they scanned it, it was in one file, the leadership, right? So when they would send it to me in a PDF, it'd be leadership. It's not like they sent me one file with 16 books in one file. That wouldn't be good. They sent me 16 individual PDFs, and each PDF was labeled with what the label that I gave it. This was very important for me because I didn't want a mess. When I received it, I want it organized. So I ship the entire documents over to them. They scan it, they send it back in PDF. Then you can tell them, they'll ask you, do you want us to send these documents back to you or shred them? And I told them, shred it. I don't want it. They shred the documents for free. And this goes by, I believe, how many pages you have and how big the order is. I ended up calling around and getting quotes from a few different providers, and I just compared the quotes. I think it was maybe like 3 or 4 companies, and I went with the one that seemed more realistic. I didn't go by price so much because they were all around the same ballpark. But just to kind of give you an idea, I would say I know I paid around, for 16 notebooks, I think I paid around 200. I think it was like 200 and something dollars off the top of my head. It's been a little while. So that's 16 notebooks, guys. Now I want you to do the math here. If I was to buy a scanner that is like $300 to $400 itself, not including the time, forget it. 50% of that deal right there, done. I had all the documents I needed scanned, organized in PDFs. As soon as I received it, I download it. It goes right to my cloud. Pronto, done. Phenomenal. And here's the best part. If I needed to go back to that notebook, right? If I needed to go back, like there's been numerous times I wanted information about that specific topic or from that particular conference. I want to pull out notes. You can go back into those PDFs and you can do Command F, or whatever kind of computer you're using, Command F on an Apple, and you can start looking for the word that you want. So I would open up a document, hit Command F for find, and I would look up I would type in a word and it would pull up all the words that I wanted in that document. Isn't that huge? That's really important. That saves you a lot of time, because if you think about it, let's think about what would happen the other way. I mean, just think for a second, even if you have to close your eyes, think about all the notebooks you have and all the notepads. And then when you want something very specific in that notebook, what do? Scan, scroll, flip, 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 flip. Oh, flip, flip, flip. Gotta go back and forth, back and forth. Oh, where is it? Oh, maybe it's in the other notebook. Flip, 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 flip. Right? Come on now. Right? It's insanity. It really is. And you probably can hear frustration coming out because I know I've been there. I used to have all these, and I remember I narrowed it down to 16. That's what it was. I narrowed down how many notebooks I sent them. I had a bunch more. I did. After all these years of seminars and trainings, I literally narrowed it down to 16 because I was like, this one, never mind. This one, never mind. This one, never mind. Right? And so I narrowed it down to 16. That's what it was, because I was like, where did this 16 come up from? Why was it only 16? That's where it came from. So guys, what I want to do right now is I want to show you some of these service providers that do provide this kind of service. That way, in case you want to do this for yourself, you can also. So one of the easiest websites is a website called Record Nations. Now, they're like a national company, so they can kind of pick up and do your stuff from anywhere. And let me just show you here. Just clear my screen. So you can get multiple quotes from local scanning companies. So what Record Nations does is they are a provider and a brokerage. Let's put it this way, they're a broker. They'll help you find a local provider. So you put in your information in here, what you're looking to get done, right? And they can do a whole bunch of things, such as X-ray scanning, record storage. And by the way, guys, when you start looking up these things, these types of companies, document scanning service companies, right? You're going to find that there's a lot of health and legal, services mixed in with there because a lot of health providers use this, such as medical, dental, that kind of stuff, right? So book scanning, you can even send them full books and they'll scan it page by page, right? Most of the time, depending on what you're doing, is mostly document scanning. You plug your information in here, tell them what you're looking for, and they will help you find a local provider. Whether you got medical records, legal, dental, right, blueprint, map scanning, that kind of stuff. And that's okay. Even if you don't have those things, you can even do like business documents, for example, right? Business documents. Now, something I haven't done with them yet is for real estate and mortgage. I currently, if you've watched my other videos, currently my virtual business address takes the folders that come in from our title companies and then it goes into a fireproof safe storage, okay? That's what we do right now. We haven't digitalized those documents. We can, but we just haven't done it yet. So we just have those like piling up. So at some point, if I wanted to, I could easily go and check out this kind of storage for the business, which is huge, such as claims, applications, engineering drawings, blueprints, signatures, contracts, and many more, right? So they will give you a free quote. This company will they'll really help you because they'll give you, they're a brokerage, so they'll help you find the provider. If you go searching like other companies that I've seen out there, DRS, they have a solution that's a little bit different because they have regional document scanning locations. So if you live in any one of these areas, right? Now, I actually did this also when I was living in Charlotte. I used one of these companies when I was living in Charlotte, and I sent them other documents, real estate documents. And they also have a scan at your location. So they'll actually come to your location, your office, and they will scan all these documents right there in front of you. They have like a computer system and they go and they get it all done and boom, it's done. It's fantastic. It's a great service. I've experienced that one before in North Carolina. So there's two ways you can do it, right? There's like collect your documents, put them in a box. They pick up your box. You can ship to the store, prepare your documents for scanning. They scan them, put in a PDF, OCR to make searchable, okay? This is the most important part, guys, because it makes your documents searchable. That's what you want. You want to make sure that you have your PDFs searchable. Don't send it to a company that just scans your documents. You want to make them searchable. So if you want to go back to your notes and all you have to do is type in a name, a term, whatever, it's in there. It'll help you pull it up. Then it says migrate data to a cloud or encrypted DVD or other media. I don't see the point of doing a DVD or anything like that. Some companies obviously need it. Or push it to a cloud. What I had them do is I had them send me all my PDF format. That's what they did. And then they can shred or return originals after a 2-week, customer QC period. So that is their turnaround time. This is a great company, by the way. There's companies out there that do similar things like this, where they come out to your office if you need it, if you didn't want to pile it all in a box, depending on how many documents you have. That's another DRS, another company. There's Smooth Solutions. These guys tend to work with more bigger companies, by the way, just so you know. They tend to work with a lot of more medical. But one of the things I found with this company in particular is the photos, slides, okay, and negatives. Now, I am going to show you another company, and I'm going to show you what I did. I didn't use this company, but I looked them up, and I got quotes from this company. However, I'm going to show you a company right now. This is what I did for my, my dad is this it? Yeah. My dad is a champion for years ago of shooting video. I mean, he is just a champ. The only unfortunate thing is, not unfortunate, it was just the time of the season. He filmed everything on a VHS. He filmed everything on these tapes right here, okay? So we had let's just say 100 of these, right? 100 of these VHS tapes. I use this company right here called southtree.com, okay? And they can convert anything. They can convert tapes, whether it's cassette tapes, they can scan photos, they can transfer old films and digitalize audio, okay? So I'll tell you one thing that I did is I had a lot of these little cassette tapes. You guys remember those cassette tapes? They look like this right here. Remember those? Yeah. So I had a bunch of these that I didn't want to go. Like I was just like, oh, I don't want to let it go. But it's irrelevant. It's like I'm not gonna go hold and own one of these players. Like those. Remember those yellow Walkmans? Remember those Walkmans back in the day? Sony Walkman. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like why? So I found this company, and what they do is they move it over, right? They convert it. So they can put it on the thumb drive, or honestly, just do the digital download. There's no point of getting, in my opinion, a thumb drive, right? Just do the digital download, and you can pick how many items you have and how many you need to get done, okay? And they'll ship you the box, okay? They ship you the material, the box, and the shipping label. You put your stuff in the box, and then you ship it back to them. Now, again, like I said earlier, I did this with VHS tapes. I did it with maybe 50 of them. I can't remember the amount. And you can choose how many you're sending over. And, well, mine was a lot cheaper than that. Oh, no, actually, no, I think it was, yeah, maybe. It was cheaper than that because I didn't have 40, right? So we converted a bunch of these family videos, family vacations, family travel, all that kind of stuff. And we had them send it over digitally. So they send it in a cloud, and we're able to have them in the cloud. So now we can watch them anytime in the cloud, right? And you can also get it in a thumb drive if you wanted to. I highly recommend this. One thing I didn't realize though, guys, when you have VHS, most of these tapes, by the way, are 4 hours long. Okay, it was kind of like industry standard. So they're 4 hours long. When you have these 4 hour long tapes, if you only use 1 hour of the tape, the rest of the tape is blue screen. Okay, so it's still going to be on there. They don't edit the video for you. They're not there watching your videos, eating popcorn, watching your home videos, okay? These things go into machines, and they're highly spun. There's complete privacy of this stuff. It's not like they're viewing your material on a screen or anything like that. They go into machines, and it's all done. And they'll tell you that right there on the website. One of the cool things right now, looks like they're having a 60% off sale right now, which is nice. And by the way, if you decide not to buy now, I'll give you a little hint. I'll give you a little secret. What you can do is when you are on their mailing list, and if you're not ready to buy right now, when you're on their mailing list, they will actually send you emails where you can get more discounts. So try not to buy at regular price here, okay? My little tip for you. All right, next thing is I want to show you can also do photos. This was another thing that I did. I used to have these boxes of photos. Guys, is this you? Hold on. Let me show you. Oh, let me show you. Let me share my screen, okay? Don't be rude, Nathan. Is this you? Did you used to have these kind of photos, right? Did you used to have those photo boxes, or maybe you have them in a photo album? You have all these pictures from the whatevers, 50s, 70s, 80s, 90s, right? When all those cool hairstyles were going on. If that is you, because I used to have the same thing. I think I had about 500 photos, 4x6s and 5x8s. What I did was I put it in a box, and I shipped it over to Southtree, and they digitally scan all of them, okay? And by the way, the same format. You label, like if you have a birthday, then you label it, you separate them and put birthday, the whole title, and then you put it aside. Then you make another pile, like anniversary, and you write on it, because when they send you the file, they separate them for you, which is really nice. So yeah, so what I ended up doing also in 2016, I shipped off all my photos, scanned them, they all came back. Well, no, excuse me. They shredded them. Done. Gone. They sent back a cloud file, a link, downloaded from the cloud, and they're all in my photos now. Boom. Done. Great service right here. I love it. All right. Next. So that, by the way, guys, Southtree, I just want to make something clear. Southtree is great for tapes, photos, film and audio, whatever you need there. Okay, great. This was a big thing for me to go completely digital. So now I don't even own any of the things I just mentioned. I owned none of those. No VHS tapes, no cassette tapes, no DVDs, no nothing. Nothing. Okay. Next thing I want to share with you is Genius Scan. It's a great tool. And it's a mobile app. You can have it on your device, okay? Whatever device you have. So this app, it helps you it makes your phone scanner, right? Scanner. So if you've ever had those scanners, remember those scanners you have to buy back in the day, and you lift up the hood and you put it in, it's almost like a half a copy machine, right? So you lift up the hood and put that on. You don't need that anymore. If you have one, sell it. You have a scanner right on your phone, right? It's just get rid of it. I don't even know why they make those anymore. So just use your phone, but you're going to want to use this app, excuse me, because this app is really good. Now I'm going to jump right into the pricing because I want to show you the difference and why I'm going to tell you I encourage you to go to the Genius Scan Plus, okay? It's basically $7.99. It's a one-time fee, and I highly encourage you to go with this one because it has everything in basic, which is fast scanning, high resolution, full privacy, unlimited, okay. Then it has exporting to all major cloud providers. Just that alone is worth it, okay? Just that alone is worth it. Here's why. This Genius Cloud for $2.99 a month, I don't recommend. I'll tell you why. They're basically trying to sell you on their cloud service for $2.99 if you want to keep all your documents in their cloud. I wouldn't recommend it because if you can export all major cloud providers, then guess what? You don't need to use their cloud. You're going to use your own cloud, and that may be Google Drive, it may be Apple Cloud, could be Dropbox, whatever it is. So you don't need to go paying for another cloud service. This is why I highly recommend get Genius Scan Plus for $7.99. Look at all these look at all this exporting, all these different types of clouds. Okay, more than likely you probably have one of the top 10. Okay, one of the top 5, right? So that is huge. It's probably the best thing. And there's also tagging in there. You can tag each document. You can email it out of the app. It's great. Get this app, Genius Scan by Grizzly Labs. I hope they make more apps. I think they have a few, but this is like the best one. Genius Scan, Genius Sign, Genius Fax. These are all great. I might want to look into, I don't really need Genius Sign. I use a different app for that. Maybe I'll show you guys that in the future. And I use a different fax app. Maybe I should just switch over to that one since they're great anyway. But for the signing, I use a much more sophisticated signing app especially for real estate. So I'll cover that in the future. Okay, lastly, guys, I want to show you the best. Because I just told you, right? I told you about how I took all my seminar notes from all those years and I destroyed them. I scanned them and destroyed them. What now? How do you take notes now, Nathan? Well, 2 ways. I'm going to tell you I take notes 2 ways. The first one, I use my Apple Notes. I use the yellow Apple Notepad in my notes. That one I work off on a daily basis, okay? That was the one I use for taking notes, and I use the Reminder app also. I used to use a third-party app. If you guys have been following me for like over 5 years, you guys know I used to be so into Wunderlist, okay? But as soon as Microsoft bought them, I was out of there because I feel like every time Microsoft buys something, everything goes crazy. So I was out of there. So what I was a big supporter of Wunderlist. I mean, they would even send me hats, shirts, stickers. It was that big. I was like an ambassador for the company. And so what ended up happening was they bought them, and so I moved over to Evernote. And Evernote is a great tool also. It really is. One of the most powerful things about Evernote is that not only can you take it mobile, okay, but it's the search. It's the power of the search. So if you're making notes, right, let me show you some of these features right here. Okay, here's the PDF and doc search. You can find information anywhere. Let me show you this part first since we're talking about it. Find anything fast. You literally type it in the bar. You see that right there? You type that in. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, there it is. You type what you need in the bar, it looks it up, it highlights it with yellow to show you all the words there. That's really powerful. Another thing I really enjoy about this is that, where is it? Is basically in Evernote, if you look on this side panel, let me see if I can zoom in my screen here. In the side panel, you can see this side panel. These are all different notebooks. So you can have unlimited amount of notebooks and then notes within those notebooks. So if you want a notebook on wholesaling, a notebook on private money lending, a notebook on lease options, you can create all these different notebooks rather than just having everything in one notebook. So I think that's a great feature. I love that. Let's jump over to, they do have templates. That's fairly new. I like that. They also have integrations. They recently introduced document scanning. Listen, there is a lot more that Evernote can do that I'm just covering. I'm just skimming the surface. Document scanning, you can literally, I know most phones are doing this now, but you can literally scan a document right into your Evernote. You can hook Evernote up to a Zapier, which we'll cover in the future for streamlining things in your real estate business. So they do a lot. They have a web clipper and all that stuff. I would definitely check them out. I want to show you right now just the plans and what the pricing is. And let me tell you, it is well worth it. Okay, guys, I know it says European money, but it will show you USD or whatever currency you're in your country. So I would first sign up for free. Use the free service and check that out. There are much more powerful features and integrations that they do have. I personally, if you're serious about organizing all your notes, like if you're going to go 100% digital notes with Evernote, I highly recommend this one right here, which you can buy the annual plan. I want to say it's like $50 a year. They'll give you a free trial. You can test it out. But hey, if you're just starting out with Evernote, if you've never done it before, sign up for the free version. Use that. And if you want to upgrade to the annual version, then go for that. But guys, this is like literally the best out there, and it's really powerful. So between this one and the notes in my phone from the Apple Notes, which they just had a good upgrade to just recently, those are the two primary that I like to use. So I highly recommend those, especially if you're going to a conference or a seminar and you need to take notes. Evernote is what you should be taking with you. Great thing is it works on your phone and on your tablet, so you can literally whip out your tablet and type the notes right in there. No more writing down things. And another great thing, by the way, which I would recommend as a tool, is when you have I have the Evernote app right here. I could have connected it, and can I still connect it? I don't have the plug with me. Oh, I think I can. I probably could show you. In 1 second, hold on. Let me show you here. Okay. You want to wait 1 second? Give me a minute. I didn't realize I was going to give you the quick demo today, but since we have a few more minutes, I'll give you the demo. Wait, can I give you a demo? Oh yeah, I can. I can give you a demo. I'll show you. Don't worry. Let me see here. Can I? I don't think I can. Oh no. Oh yeah, trust. We trust. Okay, let's see if I can give you a demo. Oh, I don't think I can. Shoot. All right, so I thought I could share. Maybe I'll try to figure this out for next time. But if you have like a tablet or an iPad, right, with a pencil, not just any tablet, get an iPad, okay? Take the pencil and you can literally, I'm setting this off. You can draw your notes. Actually, I don't even use this one. There it is. You can draw your notes. Thank you so much, sir. Let's use blue. Hopefully that you can see that. You can draw also your notes. Let's say you're in a conference. I don't know if you can see this too well, but you can write your notes right in there. You see that? Oh, that's horrible. Right. There we go. Let's erase all that. You can write notes on there. You get the point though, but I really want to show you. Because the latency, whoa. Can you see that? Hi. The latency on the new Apple Pencil is amazing. There's like zero latency on these things. So I highly recommend it for your business. I take most of my notes with my Apple Pencil with on the Apple Notepad. The Apple Notes works really well. And you can also do it on Evernote. By the way, I was showing you that on Evernote. Maybe next time I'll have it set up so that I can show you live and do a screen share that way. All right, guys, those are some great tools about going digital. I share with you quite a bit of backstory about how I went digital, and today, like literally everything I got going on is digitally only. And so that's that. We covered how to get your notes or your records or your books digitally, and share with you a few apps that you can do in the process. So that's that, guys. That's it. That's all. Let's go. Whoa.
The problem is down, make my world spin round. I love you, what to do now? 'Cause the problem is I love you.
All right, I at least wanted to say goodbye. I was just taking some water. But guys, thanks so much for joining in. And if you want more of these apps or tools that I've shared with you today, you can jump over to our YouTube channel. Go to, what did I say last time? Do you guys remember? Oh, where is it now? Now that I need it. There it is. You can jump over to our YouTube, go to YouTube, type in Fearless Millionaire, and the links will be in the description for many of the sites that I've referenced today. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow on Crushing COVID 2020. Yeah, and tomorrow's day 9. All right, tomorrow. See you at tomorrow, day 9.